Okay. Oh boy. Let's see. 615-527. Do, 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 do. Okay. Here we go. Trying a new request system. So if you're just joining me, I don't know. We're just trying to figure stuff out. We're trying new things with the live. Is it still out of sync? Yeah, I think what happens is that it gets out of sync if I connect my audio system after I start the live. Got to get Pete lit. All right. Pete getting lit. Hi, everybody. It is, I don't know, it's been a while. Lots of things happening, lots of transitions, just trying to get to a new rhythm in my life. But, lives are always a really wonderful little anchor point each week. Monday brain indeed. Sure. Shall we read something? Out in the wild videos. Yeah. I started thinking about just, I feel like I need to do more content that's just, I don't know, what's going on. Like sometimes I'm not able to get into the studio and record TikToks. So, so I'm just doing it from wherever now. Oh, are you in the car with your parents? So terrible. Shh. Don't let on what's going on. Don't tell them what's happening. Good morning. So, as I am trying to do with the new rhythm, or how we do requests for these sorts of things, I'm now just doing the request through my Patreon. So if you would like to submit a request, you can do that. I will attempt to read it if there's time. And outside of that, you can always put requests here in the comments or the chat. And if I see them, I will attempt to read them. Why did I remove my spicy audios from Reddit? I know. I'm sorry about that. It was just time. I mean, Reddit is where I got started, and I put a bunch of my audios up there, and then, you can find all of those audios are available on my Patreon. They're also available through Quinn or a couple of other places. If you go to my website, orcusauditory.com, you can find that if you would like. So the first request is for lyrics from Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Let's just see how this goes. Iris, Goo Goo Dolls. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you make me feel somehow. You're the closest to heaven that'll ever be. And I don't want to go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment. And all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later, it's over. I just don't want to miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies. When everything feels like the movies, yeah, you bleed just to know you're alive. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. I don't have any books currently coming out. I am taking a break from narrating for a little while. I mean, I'm open to offers. If people send me opportunities, I'm open to considering them. But my plate is pretty full these days. How about another request called from the poem of Aragorn? And it goes like this. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. From the ashes a fire shall be woken. A light from the shadows shall spring. Renewed shall be blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be king. I feel like I need like some epic swelling music in the background for that. Hello, everybody. Um, if you are just finding me or, discovering the work that I do, you can find me on Patreon. You can find me in a number of places. You can click through my link here to my bio and see the vast array of things that I do. I whisper sweet nothings into your ears. A whole many genres of different things. From Say Yes by Andrea Gibson. This is for you. This is for no becoming yes, for scars becoming breath, for saying I love you to people who will never say it to us, for scraping away the rust and remembering how to shine, for the dime you gave away when you didn't have a penny, for the many beautiful things we do, for every song we've ever sung, for refusing to believe in miracles because miracles are the impossible coming true. And everything is possible. Testing. Let's see. I have a request for Wildflower and Barley by Hosier. Good morning, welcome. Wildflower and Barley. Springtime in the country. Each time I'm shocked by the light. The world lying fallow, and you are apart from me. Everything in my vision is movement and life. Riverboat, wheelbarrow, wildflower and barley. Springtime in the country, I can smell summer on its breath. Low and harrowed lie the fields and the heart of me. Everything in my vision, departure and death. Riverboat, wheelbarrow, wildflower and barley. This year, I swear, it will be buried in actions, our healing. This year, I swear, it will be buried in words. The diggers are digging the earth. Some close to the surface, some close to the casket. I feel as useful as dirt. Put my body to work. Springtime in the city, the canal banks are empty again. The grass crying out to be heated by bodies, the streets for the laughter of young women and men. Canal boat and trolley, wildflower and barley. This year I swear it will be buried in actions. Our healing this year, I swear it will be buried in words. The diggers are digging the earth, some close to the surface, some close to the casket. I feel as useful as dirt. Put my body to work. Oh, springtime from my window. Another month is not much longer now. The sun hesitates more on each evening's darkening. With all things God allows remain above ground, like grief and sweet memory, wildflower and barley. That was Wildflower and Barley by Hosier. Let's see. I saw a request for I Am But Paper by T.D. Jakes, but it doesn't look like there is an easy way to find where that is. Sorry to say. How is everyone? It's the first Monday of summer. It's, I guess we're on the tail end of, or now the days are getting shorter, at least for those of us in the northern hemisphere. I always wonder how people down in Australia, like, do you just accept that people in the northern hemisphere have seasonal? It's like there's this separation between the seasons. It's like everybody in this is celebrating summertime while all you down there are, in the cold months. I'm doing well, thank you. I don't know. I feel like, I've had a lot of energy lately around just establishing routines in my life. Things have been pretty chaotic. It's, sleep has not been super consistent. And I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot of family stuff going on that I'm ironing out. Once I get that handled, then more routines will follow. Oh, wow. A listener from Saudi Arabia. Welcome. Yeah, I've heard there's also a new wave of COVID floating around. I have a number of close ones who have been hit by it. How about the next request? It's a passage from The Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. And it goes like this. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair. We had everything before us. We had nothing before us. We were all going direct to heaven. We were all going direct the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of its noisiest authorities insisted on its being received for good or evil in the superlative degree of comparison only. Even the cock-laned ghost had been laid only a round dozen of years. I feel like that passage is just a reminder that, it's all true. No matter what it is. It's just, everybody's having their experience. And if there's room for everybody to have their own experience, it means that the universe is vast. There's just too much for any one person to absorb. All we can all do is just, have our experience. And acknowledge that everybody else is having theirs. I can't say that I'm loving the Patreon way of managing requests. Discord is just so much more, it's so much more, how do I say it? Functional. What inspired me to be more open, public about my identity? I think it's more just like comfort level, now that I've been doing this a few years, and it feels a little bit more like, this is just me. This is just what I do. I don't, Orcus is a part of me, but he's like, he doesn't have to be just a role that I play anymore. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense in my head. I have a request for a poem called The Possibility in Impossibility. I'm not sure who the author is, but it goes like this. Yesterday you spoke to me about impossibilities, and how certain relationships, lives, and moments were not destined to be. For you I collected these, in hope that if you do not trust me, at least you will believe these facts from the galaxies. On Venus, and yes, I know you will find this bizarre, it snows in metal and rains in sulfuric acid, and a teaspoon of a dancing neutron star weighs more than everyone together in the world. What I'm trying to say, my darling, is that I know you said you wouldn't survive this day, but across our beautiful universe, what is impossible is happening every day. And that poem is from Nikita Gill. The possibility in impossibility. Yeah, it's sort of similar to the Brene Brown, Roosevelt quote of getting in the arena, suffering the slings and arrows, gonna get bruised and beat down, but you're not going to make it unless you're actually in the arena fighting. And I don't know, like fighting is also a pretty hard and unforgiving way of describing it, because really the only person that you're fighting is yourself. Because other people will send stuff at you, and you have to work with yourself to decide whether or not what other people send at you is something worth absorbing or something worth protecting yourself from. But as long as you have a really clear idea of where you're going, who you are, what you're doing, then nothing anybody can send you can like that's the way you figure out what people send at you is worth listening to or not. Jessica Garcia requests Invitation to Love by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Come when the nights are bright with stars, or come when the moon is mellow. Come when the sun hits golden bars, drops on the hayfield yellow. Come in the twilight soft and gray, come in the night or come in the day. Come, O love, whenever you may, and you are welcome, welcome. You are sweet, O love, dear love. You are soft as the nesting dove. Come to my heart and bring it to rest as the bird flies home to its welcome nest. Come when my heart is full of grief, or when my heart is merry. Come when the falling of the leaf, or with the reddening cherry. Come when the year's first blossom blows. Come when the summer gleams and glows. Come when the winter's drifting snows, and you are welcome, welcome. That was Invitation to Love by Paul Laurence Dunbar. Ooh, we have a lot of stuff to get through. I'm back. Yes. Let's see. On the subject of revealing more of myself. There is a part of me that is somewhat, just sort of wondering, like, if revealing more of myself, even though it's felt more true to me and better to be more revealing, but it also has sort of shifted the amount of impact that I'm having with the content that I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting more focused. Maybe that's what it is. A request called The Garden of Love by William Blake. I went to the Garden of Love and saw what I had never had seen. A chapel was built in the midst where I used to play on the green. And the gates of this chapel were shut, and thou shalt not writ over the door. So I turned to the Garden of Love that so many sweet flowers bore. And I saw it was filled with graves, and tombstones where flowers should be. And priests in black gowns were walking their rounds, and binding with briars my joys and desires. The Garden of Love by William Blake. I love that one. Thank you. What am I currently reading? I was just thinking, I just picked up Ender's Game again. I have some ideas about some creative expression that I'm working on. And Ender's Game as a book is just, for me, one of those books that it's like you can pick it up and then you don't stop until you put it down. It's just a story that just moves from the first page to the last. Like there's never a moment where it just slows down and gets boring. And to me, that way of storytelling is super fascinating to me. Harry Potter is very similar in that way. It's like there's not a wasted word in the story. And to me, authors who are able to do that, it's something that I aspire to capture. Yes, I do have plans to do more for Love and Audio. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that I'm building and working on and building, and part of the work of building is also getting some affairs in my personal life spacious enough so that I can get back to the work that I love. The request has come in for a poem from Samira Vivette. And it goes like this. Understand this. I lost myself for most of my life, altering and diluting my energy to fit in with those who eventually abandoned me. Do you think I'm going to continue to deny or tone back my essence in the slightest? You're going to see all of me. Love me or hate me, but at least I won't hate me. That was by Samira Vivette. Does my tea bag have a quote of the day? Let's find out. It does. The quote says, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." Lao Tzu. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Yeah. I mean, there's been something that has been coming up in my mind, which is that, if I were to sit down and really meditate for like an hour a day, I would take another hour out of my day to focus on just clearing all the stuff out of my field, like get my mind clear, get my intention clear, get what I'm here to do clear. And that means the time that I spend for the rest of the day would be more effective, and I would feel much more direct about what it is I do want to spend my time doing. And so, yeah, it's something that I'm building towards. Have I made my turmeric ginger tea as an iced tea? No, I haven't. But that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, doing the live on TikTok or other platforms, there are pros and cons to all of them. I did a live, I've done a couple of lives on YouTube, and YouTube is like, it's like going live in the Wild West. It's like Mad Max over there. How is it like Mad Max? I mean, it's when you get into the live, it's like you like there are a bunch of people who don't necessarily. How do I describe this? It's like I've just noticed that there are a lot more belligerent people on YouTube, like people who just keep saying the same thing over and over again and sort of fill up the chat with noise. Um, and maybe that's just because I need to get moderation more handled over there, and perhaps I should do that. But I don't know. That's been my experience so far. Oh, somebody's requested a few more dad jokes. Let's see what we can do. I'm reading a book on the history of glue, and I can't put it down. Now, why were the Dark Ages so dark? There were too many nights. accordion to a recent survey. Inserting musical instruments into sentences goes largely unnoticed. I'm curious about, what are people's favorite sort of fantasy role play, like story based works that I've done? I've done vampire. I did a vampire. I did werewolf. I did Hades in the underworld. I don't know. I'm just curious. What threads should I continue working on? You like the wolf vibes? Excellent. Yeah, Hades has been a fun one to play with. Let's see. How about a request called the Rochester Monologue from the Libertine? Allow me to be frank at the commencement. You will not like me. The gentlemen will be envious, and the ladies will be repelled. You will not like me now, and you will not like me a good deal less as we go on. Ladies, an announcement. I'm up for it all the time. That is not a boast or an opinion. It is bone-hard medical fact. I put it round, And you will watch me putting it round and sigh for it. Don't. It is a deal of trouble for you, and you are better off watching and drawing your conclusions from a distance than you would be if I got my tarse up your petticoats, gentlemen. Gentlemen, do not despair. I'm up for that as well, and the same warning applies. Still, your cheesy erections till I had my say. Still your cheesy erections till I've had my say. But later, when you shag, and later you will shag, I shall expect it of you, and I will know if you've let me down. I wish you to shag with my homuncular image rattling in your gonads. Feel how it was for me, how it is for me, and ponder, was that shudder the same shudder he sensed? Did he know something more profound? Or is there some wall of wretchedness that we all batter with our heads at that shining livelong moment? That is it. That is my prologue. Nothing in rhyme, no protestations of modesty. You were not expecting that, I hope. I am John Wilmot, 2nd Earl of Rochester, and I do not want you to like me. Oh, that's fun. I like that a lot. I feel like I could do that as a TikTok. I am John Wilmot, second Earl of Rochester, and I do not want you to like me. I feel like he could do, like, he could be a vampire or werewolf or something on stage. That'd be fun. Here's a request by Emery Allen. You don't need another human being to make your life complete. But let's be honest. Having your wounds kissed by someone who doesn't see them as disasters in your soul, but cracks to put their love into, is the most calming thing in this world. A knight and his lady. Oh, that could be interesting. I wonder what kind of depraved things we could get up to using the backdrop of an honorable knight. A knight who's perhaps getting his mind altered by a beautiful but seductive sorceress. I think that's a cool idea. Let's see. A request some lyrics from Salvatore by Lana Del Rey. You know, I went to a Lana Del Rey themed drag queen performance a few years ago, and it was amazing. Lana Del Rey was in town touring, and like every drag queen in the area all got together and put on performances singing Lana Del Rey songs, and it was so much fun. I honestly think that Lana Del Rey's version of "Doing Time" is it's like there's no artist that I ever would have thought had been able to do "Doing Time" as good or if not better than Sublime, but she did it. She just did it, and and hats off to her. The summer's wild, and I've been waiting for you all this time. I adore you. Can't you see you're meant for me? The summer's hot, but I've been cold without you. I was so wrong not to doubt your meddle in tangerine dreams. Catch me if you can, working on my tan, Salvatore. Dying by the hand of a foreign man happily, calling out my name in the summer rain. Ciao, amore. Ciao is Italian, right? Ciao, so that means it's amore. Here's a request by an unknown author. You're so hard on yourself. Take a moment, sit back, marvel at your life, at the grief that softened you, at the heartache that wizened you, at the suffering that strengthened you. Despite everything, you still grow. Be proud of this. We grow whether we want to or not. Yeah, painful truth, that one. A hot priest audio. I could do that. I mean, I've played around with a little bit of, sacrilegious play in a couple of different audios, but I haven't done the priest yet. Okay. I have one more request by Lyra Wren. And it goes like this. The intimacy of dancing with strangers, becoming faceless in a crowded place with friends you will never meet again. For the moments you are a mystery even to yourself, given the gift of anonymity for the night. They may not know your favorite color, but you exchange dark secrets that become buried in the shadows of the crowd. And you seek solace in knowing that your secrets will die with them, as is the intimacy of strangers. That was by Lyra Wren, and I think that really cool. That definitely captures the excitement of just being out among people who don't know you that well, and getting to be whoever you want. Well, everybody, today is going to be a slightly shorter day than I usually do, unfortunately. But I will be back next Monday. So I want to thank all of you for joining me, hanging out. I'll have more content coming by the end of the week. I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful start to your week. And I will be talking to you soon. All right. Bye, everybody.